Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Winner Circle Sports Gambling Podcast, we should call it here, powered by gamblersWORLD.net. And it's a Thursday, September the 5th, NFL action. First game, oh my goodness, Chiefs-Ravens. We're not going to talk about the game because there's probably some White Sox huge plus 330 underdog we could talk about. People want to talk baseball this week. We've been doing football. It's football. You know, the first week we're talking a lot of football, folks. So sorry, we'll sprinkle in some baseball next week. Now, let's just get the blood flowing. NFL is here. College football is here. Do not miss our early bird special for college and NFL football up right now, $5.99. Go get it. Go get it. And no better time. Listen, our 3, 7, 38 packages are guaranteed. Hello. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's 5 days. Get the 7-dayer. It's guaranteed. We don't show you profit over this weekend. Find somebody else. But I'd be shocked if Doug Upstone, myself, or the 11 other cappers on gamblersWORLD.net do not show a profit opening weekend of NFL and week 2.5, because we had that week 0. So I call it 2.5. You know, it's 2.5. It's not really week 3 of college football.
No. 1 plus 0 is 1. Okay, so
yeah, I guess, but it's like it's part 2. So is it like the third?
You egg me on. You just egg me on. You just so.
But that's a good point. That'll be that. We'll have a poll question tomorrow in the live show, Football Friday Live. Mark Lawrence, Victor Kingdom. We'll have a poll question: is 0 plus 1 in week 2 is it equal to a half or is it 2.5? Depends how you look at the world. See, me, I look at this as it's almost Thanksgiving, Doug. Like that's what I tell my family. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like they're worried about school. I'm like Thanksgiving break is right around the corner. Like it's September. I'm like, no. I said September's over because you got a holiday next weekend. Then it's Halloween and Thanksgiving. I said so basically it's Christmas. So. Really, the football season's over. So let's talk about baseball next year. Who do you like to win? No. We have, as long as I'm on a crazy little rant, our Gamblers World Progressive Pick Contest is up on the website. It is in the description. It is on the Twitter X feed. Go get it. The Progressive Live, Gamblers World. Play for free, and there's a cash prize. So that's free money for you to join. All you got to do is win. Pretty simple to do. What's really also simple, hitting the like button for myself and Doug here. Doug has a nice weekly column he does here at the gamblersworld.net website. I'm going to welcome him in right now. Mr. Upstone, good to see you. I missed you on Monday. It was a holiday, so they're like, listen, no holiday. It's Monday. We got the kind of calm before the storm kind of thing here. But how you been? What's going on? How's your weekend? What do you got going on for this week?
Yeah, well, the things are going well except for overtime games or extra inning games. But other than that, everything's going well. I had a winning week last week in college football, talking about a variety of things. And NFL, as you mentioned, starts this week. Really looking forward to that. And as I mentioned before, go pretty conservative. I'm just going with 3 plays. Okay, they're all I got to do is just finish the write-ups on these. They'll be posted at Gamblers World later today, so that'll be good. My best bet for college football, I got a 10-star best bet in college football that's already up. That's available right now. You can pick that up. And I got at least 3, likely 4 other plays. I just got to look up a couple more things and be ready to go with that. So that's good, Sean. And hey, you know what? It's that time of year. We look forward to this. We have a fantastic game ready to go tonight. We have what appears to be also a fantastic game going tomorrow if you have Peacock, or if you want to fork out the dough for Peacock, if you don't already have it. So, it's just going to be a great all-around weekend, and we're here to talk some college football.
Let's talk. So we do have NFL tonight with the Ravens and the Chiefs, and I didn't really use this game this week as we thought me and Chip did the terrible Friday games. We were just talking off air. We're talking about Northwestern and their great lacrosse field. Not much excitement in those games, but I figured, no, it's football. Let's get them out there. Tonight's a nice little matchup here. So we have the Chiefs and the Ravens rematch, AFC Championship game. The Ravens looked terrible. Whatever their game plan was I remember this game because I was so all in on the Ravens after I saw Buffalo run for like 200 yards against these guys, thinking, wow, they just got beat up. They got to come in here and play the Ravens at home. Like everybody just wants to beat up the Chiefs because they've been running the show, and yet nothing. They totally wet the bed, and here they are, 3-point dogs. I got a top play on this on the site here for tonight's game. I got 10 NFL for the weekend and Monday night, and a couple and a college football. I think I got 16 college football games for the weekend besides the totals? I don't hesitate. I'd come in like a maniac. I'm like the Kool-Aid man. Punchy. Remember, what was he called? Punchy, the guy who busts through the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey, here I am. Boom. It's a party. Storm into the party like my name is El Nino. You might not know those lyrics. Somebody will mention it in the comments section. But what do you think tonight? I kind of, free play here. I rolled out a little under on this game. I think we're going to see kind of slow out the door, new coordinator and stuff for the Ravens. I kind of like the under there, but you got anything other than a primo on this? I know you said
I just don't. I have nothing other than free play. Which, if you go to Twitter, X, it'll be posted there. I just literally about 5 minutes before I came on, I just completed the video on it. It's actually already up on there. But I'd like you to go there anyways. But I'll tell you what I got. Okay, I think the game's going to be very close. I think it's going to be a very tight game throughout. Okay, and you look at what you can, let's just say, surmise between the two teams. Baltimore wants to be a running team, wants to try and run it down their throats. They got a brand new offensive line. Is it together yet? Unlikely, but we'll see. We'll see. Baltimore, will they continue to use the short passing game that they did last year? Make some more usage of double tight ends with Andrews back healthy. Kansas City, they got something to prove. I mean, it's one of the most interesting things to me about professional athletes, how they find that continual edge by putting themselves in the role of the underdog. So Kansas City now going for the three-peat, right? Okay, nobody does it, so we're here to show the world that it can be done. So you just have that. But to me, the game comes down to Mahomes and Jackson, and 4 of the 5 times that has been Mahomes. I'm going to say it's 5 out of 6, so I got Kansas City on the money line.
And we do have another game tomorrow, Philly Green Bay in Brazil. Any strong opinion on that? It's like, why Brazil? Why? I know they got to put games all over the world. I have no idea why. But
well, the one thing I did read is that the NFL put out a statement that they're looking to they have a number they want to reach in terms of profit. So their profits are astronomical. Well, they want to go one step higher. So, hey, let's put the Packers in Philadelphia and Brazil and in one of the, I don't know if it's the unsafest city, okay, in that part of the world, but it certainly is one of them, okay. So let's do that. Players can't go outside their hotels, to see anything about it because some bad things can happen. So we'll just play it by ear. Should be a very good game. I actually don't have an opinion on this game. I think it's even more evenly matched than tonight's game. Personally.
Yeah. Listen, if they're going to have 2 standalone games on a Thursday, I know we've had Thursday football for a while, but you're going to throw a Friday one. At least it's a good game. I mean, we're going to have like we've seen clunkers on Thursday. At least they got Green Bay, who was a great story last year, and Philly, although they were in the Super Bowl the year before that, had a clunker last year. It's 2 teams are kind of excited to see how they're going to, what the season brings. Is it going to be a turnaround on Philly? Is Green Bay going to take that next step? So at least we got two good standalones here. And before we have 2 games we'll look at today. Before we get to your Iowa State game and my Colorado Nebraska game, Chip Trimmer's not with us today. He was going to do Texas and Michigan, which is interesting because it's open at 3.5 floor. Now it's shot over. Now it's a 7.5 in some spots. Right. I mean, to me, at 7.5, you got to be like, what am I missing here? It keeps pushing this game up and up. How do we not get the buyback here on Michigan? Like they said, this is probably like a 4. Now it's 7+. Do you like the home dog here? I mean, I'm not a huge Sark guy. I know he got to the championship game or wherever he was last year. He got advanced pretty far. Before that, he hadn't really won a lot of key games. This is out of line here, I think now. I think this is maybe Michigan money time.
Well, there's no question that the let's just say the strategic play is to take Michigan, especially on the hook, now, but as to why, well, I mean, if you saw both teams play last week, I mean, Michigan couldn't have been any less impressive than what they were. Okay. I mean, Fresno State supposed to finish 4th or 5th. okay, in the Mountain West. Okay, they actually defensively shouldn't be that bad, but Michigan, where they have 269 total yards on offense, I mean, they showed absolutely nothing. Does that add motivation to them? Yeah, I think it does. I mean, any coach, Coach Moore here, I think that, I know the coaches say they don't like to talk about betting. Well, players do. So why not bring it up? Hey, we're a 7.5 point at this stadium. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I think that just adds to it. But myself, I'm actually looking at the total on this one. Talk about line moves, the 45.5 to 42.5. Okay, on this one. Yeah. So this is significant. Texas last year, third best rushing defense. They brought back a lot of guys. Okay, on the defensive line. Michigan last week had 148 yards rushing, but most of that came in the fourth quarter when they salted the game away. So that wasn't great. Texas can certainly neutralize the run game. Davis Warren, quarterback for Michigan. Nothing I saw last week that leads me to believe that he's going to be a real star right now. Quinn Ewers, talented quarterback, but Michigan defense I think is going to present some really interesting challenges for him. I mentioned, like I said, the home dog motivating factor here, and let's not forget last year Texas was 120th in touchdown conversion rate. Okay. And this offense is lacking two of their top running backs. So I'm willing, Sean, to go under 42.5 on this game.
Well, not only that, you saw Michigan just run the ball all last week too. Like they're going to run it. That's what they do. Is it shocking? You got a new quarterback, a new running back, a new head coach, new assistants. So we're not going to come out here and start shucking. We're going to go back to basics, play it safe. So the total easy move there, that's easy enough to see why that came down, for the run star. And the Texas guys, yeah, all right. We see the old, you don't rebuild, you reload, right? We saw Georgia missing a couple guys, didn't make it. I mean, there's talent there, but still on the road, touchdown plus. Now I'm with you. This is a dog play for me. Definite under, ugly football, run, defense. How does I'd be shocked if somebody scores more than 27 points this guy. I don't think it gets there. I think that both teams are, one gets to maybe 24-16. I could see it being an ugly one like that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you could see, I think you'll see more field goals than what you would, than what you would anticipate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
again, Michigan to me, and I was like an under for them for the season, right? A lot of coach, quarterback, running back go, I don't care what team you are. You're going to have problems. It's going to take a little while to amp up. And then you bring in a team like Texas. It's not like some squad out of the MAC or something. This is a real team,
Yeah.
Same with Alabama. I think when Alabama faces a real – that trip to Wisconsin, I'm interested to see what that's going to be. I think Alabama was like an 8-point fave in that game, I think. I think that's definitely going to be the early number was 8. I won't be shocked if that's like double digits by the time it reopens up, But at that point, I think whiskey might be a play there at double digits. I don't know. You know me, I'm always way ahead of looking where those lines go. Because I think those are – I like looking at those stuff because I want to see what the crazy adjustment is. Like why this is what the team's thought of right now, but they play one game, right? There's a game in between, and the perception goes out the window. Everything's out the window after one game. Like they're going to play this game tonight, and the Ravens, who are an 8-point favorite next week, that line's going to shoot up to 10 no matter what happens. They're winning, and they'll be like, wow, they're the best team ever. They beat the Chiefs on the road. Or they lose, the sky is falling, they have to beat the Raiders next week. That line's moving. We know exactly how that's going to be. Kansas City has the Bengals, I think, next week. It's a 3.5. If they lose here, it'll be, oh, my goodness, they have to win next week. You can't go 0-2 in conference play against two teams ahead of you in the playoff, right? Like, that's the way I'm looking at that game. Where like, I got to take KC, I got to take the Ravens next week because the overreaction is going to send that line to the moon.
Yes. I agree.
As I was talking about going to the moon, let's talk about burrowing down into the basement of offensive inefficiency here with Iowa and Iowa State. It's a nice little rivalry. And I'm sorry that we were covering this game. It's not going to be a crazy high score. Not a love. Colorado, Nebraska, we might have some more points in that game. We have, what does there say about this game? Iowa's a 3-point fave. Total is 35.5. I think it opened at like 38, 39. I think one book actually I saw or was told that was at 41 Who opens this at 41? I mean, I know Iowa scored like 40, like they kind of broke it open the second half last week. You look at these scores that pass to these guys. First one to 16 is probably winning this ball game. Iowa State, Iowa. Here we go. Battle of the Corn.
Well, and for the Cy-Hawk Trophy, don't forget that.
The Cy-Hawk Trophy. What is that?
That's a Midwestern thing. You got to have a trophy game. Okay.
Is that like Napoleon Dynamite where he's drawn like a liger, half tiger, half lion? No, is it like the Cy-Hawk? Is it like what is it? A hawk, the head on a cyclone body, like a tube?
I probably have seen it, but I couldn't tell you.
I got to look it up. I got to see what this nonsense
is.
Hey,
I will tell you, though, that in 2017, believe it or not, Iowa beat Iowa 44-41 in overtime. Okay. That seems like, well, it is a long time ago, but boy, it seems even further now. But since that game, okay, in every preceding game since, the most points any one team has scored is 21. Okay. And that was Iowa in 2021. These clubs have played 5 consecutive overs. Last year's closing total was 34.5. Wasn't even close to being hit as Iowa State fell at home in Ames 20-13 in that game. Current total 35. Odds makers suggest they're not that all enamored with quarterback Cade McNamara. Okay, that he's going to lead the Big Ten in passing yards this year. And you know what? Rocco Becht, he's not getting a lot of love either. The quarterback for Iowa State. And you know what? If anybody should ever play for Rutgers, it's Rocco
Becht. That's a great name.
So from that standpoint, he's at Iowa State, Ames, Iowa, so that's fine.
One second there on Rocco Becht. Sorry to interrupt your thing. Yeah. Is he Anthony Becht's son? Remember Anthony Becht?
I mean, he's of the age that would make sense.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Italian name, Anthony and Rocco. I mean, well, it makes sense.
Rocco's kind of fits the whole Anthony Becht thing anyways. These two teams, they play physical. They play methodically to move the chains. Okay. I'm expecting more field goals than touchdowns in this one. So I'm going to go under the 35 here, Sean.
Official pick. And we don't have a line here for the show. We have 0. We're 0-0 since we covered football this week. But last week we had a bunch of winners. Under 35.5 official Doug Upstone pick Iowa State for the Cy-Hawk. The Cy-Hawk Trophy.
Cy-Hawk, yes. The Cy-Hawk Trophy.
Here it is. There it is. Look at that thing. What the heck is that? I'm going to pull us both out so everybody can get a good view of this thing. Oh, no wrong.
Say that.
It looks terrible, whatever it is.
Doesn't matter. I would prefer a thing of corn, but I think that's the Minnesota one too. I think it's corn, isn't it?
Can we do something better?
No,
Iowa, please.
It's Iowa and Iowa State. We don't need to do any better. That's what the people love. So give it to them.
Listen, be sure to follow Doug on the X and at gamblersworld.net. He's up 1,300 last week. Not a bad run. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. Get all of Doug's picks. Go for it. You can get a 3-7-38 package guaranteed with Mr. Upstone. He's going to show you a profit. And he has. That's why we have a leaderboard day to see how we do. Day to day, week to week, month to month. We can write a little song about it if we really want to. I have a team that I've been bashing almost as much as I bash the Bears. The Colorado Buffalo. Catching a touchdown from Nebraska Cornhuskers. 7-59. Rolling out of here. An old Big 8. We're past the Big 8 and the Big 12 and the Big 10. We are into Big 19s and Big 17s or whatever they are now. I got to tell you here, I'm not a prime guy. I like him coach-wise. I think he does a terrible job. He could get guys in there, but he alienates a lot of people. He does. I think if he let his assistants coach and just do his thing and get in front of the camera and get kids in there, a bunch of old NFL kids are playing there, they'd be fine. He can't help himself. Bans the press. This season is going to go off the rails probably in about another 3 weeks. All right. We have Colorado. All right. Did you get backdoored maybe with the North Dakota last week? Possibly. A couple questionable calls. Colorado still can't run the ball. They have no line. I'm looking at. I don't want to lay 7.5. Because Sanders is going to put up points. I thought I was debating on the over 59 here. I'm going to go first half with Nebraska. I'm going to go for it's a 4. Last game they played, and I had them because I was like, get out of here with Colorado. I mean, they pulled some crazy upset. I remember because I was on the other side, pick in the end zone, just turnovers. Against Nebraska, I think Nebraska fumbled their first 3 possessions, threw an interception. You have like 4 turnovers. It was only 13-7 at the half, or something like that. They were still in striking distance with 4 turnovers. So, you know what? I got a revenge spot. I got a team in Colorado that is soft on offense and defensive line. I think I clearly have a better coach in Rule. Give me the first half. Not that it's a statement kind of thing, but it's a spot where, hey, let's go first half. Nebraska, get the bad taste out of my mouth last year. Our young quarterback looked pretty good in his short time there. Colorado defense is still suspect. I'm going for Nebraska here. I think Nebraska get it done. I mean, Rule, and he's also in a spot where it's time for you to take a step forward here with Nebraska. Let's get some wins under your belt. Beat a name program in the fact that the public kind of loves it. But I'm going first half Nebraska.
Yeah, I like that pick as well. That I like Nebraska. I wouldn't go over 7, okay, on this one, but I do at 7. I still like Nebraska.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be impressed with the big playability that Colorado has with with Sanders with the court at quarterback, Hunter. I mean they got some really talented offensive players. But like last week, okay, 59 yards rushing against North Dakota State, 2.6 yards per carry. I mean, that's just not impressive.
You couldn't close the game out.
They couldn't close the game out. They have no offensive balance. To me, their path to victory is they got to have 8 to 10 plays with 20 yards or more. Okay. I mean, that's what it's going to be. I don't think they're going to do that against Nebraska's defense because Nebraska's going to follow the path, and by the way, and then Matt Rule, did a great job at Temple, did a great job at Baylor. And I think he's going to do a very good job here with Nebraska. I think this team's going to go to a bowl game. You realize they haven't been to a bowl game since 2016? I mean, all you need is 6 wins, and they haven't gotten there since 2016.
I thought they'd turn around when they got Bo Pelini. I'm like, I kind of like Bo Pelini, defensive guy. Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least under Bo Pelini, though, they were 8-4 every year.
Yeah.
so that at least
they ran him out. They ran him out.
But no, so in this one, okay, how do you defend Colorado? Okay, all the teams in the Pac-12 showed it last year. You stop the run on the early downs, and then you try and force them into 3rd and long. You bring the blitz. You make Sanders throw the ball well ahead of when he wants to. That's how you do it, okay? And defensively, they're just not good. You mentioned the revenge factor. From that standpoint, Colorado 0-5 when facing a team playing with revenge in this one. So I think the Huskers get their revenge, and not resounding, but 10 to 12 points. I think they end up winning this game by.
Yeah, agree. Again, for me, it's Colorado.
Yeah, I like your pick. I mean, the pick.
Yeah, no, everything you said. I'm just recapping for I'm going first half here, minus the 4, but I think they win this one going away. I really do. It's that you don't have the depth. You're going to get beat up on the line. Nebraska, you're watching that 4th quarter. Nebraska have a couple big runs to really ice that thing and put it away. Now, not that they have to run it up. It's 7. It's not like they're laying 24 and they have to pump it in. I'd be interested to see if they're going to be a program where be like, you know what? Let's put more points on the board. Just kind of give it a little bit. Because remember last year, Oregon jumped up to a huge lead over them. And they took the brakes off. They had like 45 at the half or something. They didn't really do much. Like, is Nebraska be like, you know what? We're going to punch it. This is like an old school rivalry here. Like, will they punch in a couple extra late to really run it up and make it like a 20-something point game? I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying that's Rule's. I don't think that's how Rule rolls necessarily. But you know what? Deion brings out a lot of stuff in people. So if the case could be that you can just storm the castle, why not?
Right. Official pick today for me. Nebraska first half minus 4. Doug is going under 35.5. Iowa State and Iowa. 2 free pick winners for you there. We will be turning to a little baseball next week because now it's kind of wild card time. We'll see what kind of matchups we have. You can't just start some random one. We can't come in here and have games laying 260 with teams. We can't do that, folks. You don't want to turn into a show to have a bunch of huge faves like that. So we got to.
Or you don't want to do -2.5 for plus 120.
Yeah, 2.5 runs. Yeah, that's come on. I mean, we could talk about that. We'll just be rolling our eyes and laughing about it. We just, it's tough. It's tough to predict where the game's gonna be on Thursday, what the line's gonna be. When they don't even have pitchers, half these teams, even the playoff teams. How frightening is this? I mean, let's go on a little rant here. And these playoff teams, Doug, they got TBDs up for Friday. TBDs.
Well, yeah, it was just. I mean,
but we need more baseball teams, though.
I'll give them that, okay, and I'll tell you why. Because late in the season, okay, there's a lot of volatility. You don't know exactly what's going to happen. Even some of the playoff teams, maybe you want to try something, and and let's face it, there's no great teams this year, okay. No. So it's literally going to be the exact same thing as last year. It seems that whoever just gets hot when the playoffs get rolling, that's the team that's going to win the World Series. So, it's late season baseball. I mean, there's nothing here to get excited about. I mean, just, hey, take it easy. You know what? Realistically, if you have more than 5 games on a given day to even really look at and to consider, that's doing pretty well, in my opinion.
It was tough finding one today that I really liked.
Yeah. I had one. In fact, I have one today. It's at Gamblers World right now. It's going with my run line route in this one. So I
got a run line going myself as well. I have to in some of these games.
So no. Hey, everybody, if people, I forgot to look this week. People are complaining about not getting enough baseball. I congratulate you because you're having a winning season. Okay, if you're still doing baseball, because everybody else that's having a losing season, they've dropped out. Okay, they're on to football, they're ready to go. So if you're having a winning season, good for you. Keep coming here, watching the videos and stuff like that. But hey, we're transitioning. It's football time. Come on, let's go. Right?
It is football time.
100% with you on that. Let's go.
Listen, I like it because it's a good trend. It's football. Let's go. The lines get bigger. Let's move to football. And no better time to move to football with a nice early bird special. $5.99. Here we go. So patiently waiting to get this bad boy up. Look at that. $5.99 early bird special. I'm not going to read it in its entirety. You know what it says here. I've been saying this for the last month now. Why not get on board? We have multiple packages up. People got games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So you're going to go and buy 5 separate packages from somebody or different people and pay whatever, $30 to $50. And you could have got the entire season for the cost of one of those packages. Break it down weekly. Make the smart money move. It's pretty simple thinking here, folks. What are we doing? $5.99. Please. You got me. You got Doug. Chip Trimbus is with us. Tomorrow, Mark Lawrence, Victor King. They're on the site. Kyle Hunter. A lot of people. Apparently, we're going to have a Matt Fargo or Jim Feist sighting on doing videos, perhaps. So I'll throw their names out there just because I'll guilt them into coming on. Or not. We'll see what happens with that. But early bird special, $5.99. 3 738 packages guaranteed. The football contest is up. It's free to enter, and you can win money. Why? It's like I say, you hit the stupid like button. It doesn't cost you anything for the like button. Hit it. We're giving you winners. We're on a 10-2, 13-3 run or whatever we are in here on the free picks. Tomorrow's show, we are 4-2 in our picks, and one of those picks was a plus 155 dog. So it's really going 5-2. Come on, out here I have to harass you guys to come and hit a like button. Anyway, that's what we're gonna end Thursday. Me yelling at you to hit a like button. I'll let Doug say goodbye because he's nicer than me. Go ahead. Give him a nice smile, Doug, and a farewell, as opposed to me harassing them.
So I'll try and be professional. For Sean Higgs, this is Doug Upstone. Okay. Make sure you come tomorrow. Show's live. Mark Lawrence, Victor King, Sean Higgs. Okay, and he'll probably do the introduction for that one, and the close too, by the way. So until next time, we will see you, and I'll be back on Monday. Have yourself a fantastic and profitable Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
There you go.